seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Isang mapayapang gabi po sa inyong lahat, and at the same time, maraming salamat po sa nanood sa amin kanina ni Mars Lorichi from Talisay City. And it's a back-to-back Monday evening with the Magandang Filipinas na mga candidates. At masasabi ko, sobrang quality girls ang mga candidate nila ngayon. And I'm very excited to get to know them more. Let's start from Luzon area. Medyo akyat tayo from the summer capital of the Philippines, from Baguio City, Mars Dean. Hi! And also from, dito naman sa Metro Manila, from the, ano nga ba to, Central Business District of the Philippines, representing Makati City, Mars Beatriz.
Hi!
Ayan! Ang gaganda! And syempre, ang kanina na dapat kasama namin. Pero, nagka-technical problem. Pero in fairness, humabol from Kabangkalan City, Negros Occidental, Mars Angel!
Hi! Hello, good evening everyone.
Ayan. Kung sa amin pa, it's magandang gabi, maayong gabi sa
Maayong
inyong
gabi.
matanan. Ayun. So, before tayo mag-start sa ating kwentuhan, let's get to know these three equally beautiful girls of Magandang Filipinas. Mars Dean, mag-start tayo sa iyo. Would it be okay if you could introduce yourself and also give a little fun facts about you?
Yes, sure, Mars. Let me start with just saying I have been looking forward for this interview for a long time, ever since Miss Eva told us that we're gonna be interviewed by the one and only Mars France. So for our viewers, no, I am Dindayan Balogal. I am 22 years old and I will be representing Baguio City. I am the candidate number 28 in the first and the inaugural pageant of Magandang Filipinas coming this August 2021. Fun fact about me would be, before, when I was in college, I used to be the president of a school's body organization. And I used to hold pageants, and I'm not even a candidate. So I used to organize pageants instead of joining one. And right now, it's really funny that I am actually the one joining in a national pageant. Also, one interesting thing is that I am a die-hard Swiftie. I am in love with Taylor Swift and Blackpink.
Wow.
I am a Blink. So, yun po. And hello to our lovely viewers again. Let's have fun.
Ayun, thank you so much. And also, fun fact lang that me and Dean already know each other because one of our good friend, common friend namin, na si Roxy Bayens, is
Yes.
also, yun yung nagpakilala sa aming dalawa. Kasi si Roxy that time, may pa-viewing party sa Baguio. So, umakyat talaga kami, barkada, para kay Roxy. And then, dun yun na pa-introduce sa amin, si Dean doon sa Baguio. Ayun. And another beautiful girl. Ito, masasabi ko naman, nakilala ko naman siya sa pedestrian lane ng BGC. Ayun. Let's welcome from Makati City, Mars Beatriz. Introduce yourself, Mars, and give a little fun facts about you.
Ayan, so hi Mars, magandang gabi din sa inyong mga viewers. Ayan, sana na kayo at gabihan. So ayun, a little background lang naman sa akin. I'm Beatriz Santos. I'm 20 years old currently. I'm a tourism management student at the University of Makati. And then fun fact sa akin is I do some ramp modeling. Ayan, and then I am a brand ambassadors then and brand endorser then with ng makeup brands, specifically Vice Cosmetics, Ever Bilena, ayun, yung mga makeup brands na modelan ko na. And also, naging Miss Makati din ako 2019. Ayun, up to now. And eto, I'm official candidate of Magandang Filipinas, representing Makati City. Thank you.
Ayun. Thank you so much, Mars Beatriz. And
Thank you.
last but definitely not the least, my kababayan from Negros Occidental, Mars Angel.
Yeah, hello. Magandang gabi sa lahat. I will introduce myself. I am Angel Lazarito, 21 years old from the beautiful city of Cabangcalan and the sweetest province of Negros Occidental. I am 21 years old and I'm currently studying in Bachelor in Physical Education, and now I am a third year college at Cabangcalan Catholic College. Fun fact about me is that I am a versatile dancer, or I do some TikTok also, and some of it I'm a raketera, do makeup, and also wala, ganun lang, rakit-rakit lang.
Ayun, thank you so much, Mars Angel. And ito medyo interesting tong question ko sa inyong tatlo. I know that nanonood din kayo ng aking kwentuhan, pero gusto ko din malaman yung love nyo or yung love story nyo in the world of pageantry. Ito, Mars, kailan kayo nag-start mag-join ng beauty pageant at ano-ano na yung mga beauty pageant na nasalihan ninyo? And yung pinaka-question ko, sino ang nag-motivate or nag-inspire sa inyo to join beauty pageant? Mag-start muna tayo sa Makati, sa kay Mars Beatriz. Go, Mars!
Ayan. So, nag-start akong sumali sa pageantry way back 2018. I was 18 years old that time. Ang first pageant ko sa university namin, yung Mr. and Miss UMAC 2019. And yun yung pinaka-first ever pageant na sinalihan ko. So, baguhan lang ako sa pageant noon, and yung mga kalaban ko is college na. At luckily, hindi ko alam na pangyayari, nakuha ko yung title. And after nun, sumabak ako sa, thank you. Sumabak ako sa Santa Lucia naman, yung Generation East 2019. Naging title, hindi man sa naging title, pero parang runner-up siya, which is, ang pangalan ng runner-up ko is Magic Circle. Also pala, ni-represent ko din yung University of Makati sa ALCU. Yung ALCU is Association of Local Colleges and Universities. So, iba-ibang university yung mga nakalaban ko, and ang place ko doon is second runner-up. At saka, ayun, sumabak rin ako sa mga ibang runway, mga ramp modeling, and yung pinaka-last, yung pinaka-bongga na pageant na nasalihan ko is yung Miss Makati 2019. So, medyo kinakabahan ako nun kasi ako yung parang pinaka-bata sa mga candidates nung batch kong yon. Pero sa awa ng Diyos, at alam ko naman na pinagtrabahuhan ko siya ng talagang bonggang-bongga, nakuha ko yung title. Ayun.
Congratulations, Mars! And
Thank you,
syempre,
Mars.
from Makati, punta muna tayo ng Luzon. From Baguio City, ito kanina sinabi niya noon, behind the scenes siya ng mga pageant or organizing. Pero ito, tanong ko lang din sa kanya, yung tinanong ko din sa kay Mars Beatriz, kailan ka, Mars, nag-start mag-beauty pageant, and at the same time, ano-ano na yung mga beauty pageant na nasalihan mo? And also, why Magandang Filipinas ang napusuan mong salihan instead of other pageants such as Miss Universe, Miss Earth, or whatnot?
Okay. So you know what, Mars? Ever since I was a child, I have always dreamt of being a beauty queen. I always tell this when people ask me why I do want to join a pageant. All I can remember is that when I was a child, I would remember myself pretending to walk like a beauty queen. I would wrap around a blanket on my body, tied with a belt, and get a headband and pretend that it's a crown and walk like it's a runway. So ever since I was a child, as far and as long as I can remember, I have always loved pageantry. I've always watched beauty queens in our little television in our little town in Negros Occidental, because I'm originally from Negros Occidental. But the only experience that I had with pageantry is actually when I was in high school. I was 14 years old back then. That was the first and the last so far. The that was the last pageant that I joined, the first and only, when I was 14 years old, and I got the first princess. After that, it was actually 8 years ago already, 8 to 9 years ago. After that, I was on hiatus. I haven't joined any pageant since then. When I was in college, I really focused on my academics. And one interesting thing happened. It's like destiny intervened, and then right after our board exam, I met my handlers. If you know them, Kuya Miko Pataksil and Kuya JV, in my friend's pageant. So the one who is actually competing during that time is my friend. And then they saw me, they asked me, do, are you joining pageants ba? Or do you want to join? And then and then I just thought to myself, no, why not? Maybe it's time to go back to pageantry because I've already passed the board exam that time. And then, yeah, I'm just so grateful for my handlers who are the backbone of where I am today because they were really the reason of the growth that I was able to attain in this short time because I was discovered by them back in December 2019, and then just in the span of 2 years I had a lot of growth, and I really offered to them the whatever success and whatever the opportunities that the future has for me. So they are really the ones who motivated me, but aside from my mother, who is really a fan of beauty pageants also. She had me when she was still very young, and she really dreamt also of joining beauty pageants and become a model. So in a way, I am actually fulfilling the dream that she has for herself. So yun, talagang para sa mom ko, and then mga nag-motivate sa akin are the people talaga na very supportive. My friends, my handlers, my boyfriend, everyone. Yun.
Ayun, thank you. And speaking of, nanonood sa atin si Miss Philippines Earth and also Miss Earth Water na si Roxy Bayens. Hi, Roxy!
Hi po.
Ayan, nakakatuwa naman.
Very
Ayan.
supportive.
Very supportive actually,
Opo.
no?
Actually,
Very, very
Mars, fun
supportive.
fact, isa din siya talaga sa mga nag-motivate sa akin.
Oo.
Mag-join ka na. Mag-join ka na.
Si Roxy, ayan, ang aming common friend ni Mars din. Ayan, Queen's BFF and Mars. Hi, Roxy! Ayan, nanonood siya. And also from Baguio, diretso tayo ng Negros Occidental, Kabangkalan naman, Mars Angel. Ano ang story or love story mo sa world of pageantry?
Oo. Especially, I was started in 2019. My first pageant is Miss Sinulog Festival here in Cabancalan. That is a local pageant here. But before that, someone motivates me, my makeup artist. Nakita niya ako sa parang isang event ng mga dance troupe. Yun, parang nakitaan niya ako ng idea na parang magiging beauty queen to. Parang may potential to. So, sinabak niya ako noong 2018, pero hindi siya tinawag na talagang pageant. Parang isa siyang festival, pero labanan ng mga queens. So, ayun yung first ko na sinalihan, yung Mardi Gras Queens dito sa Cabancalan. So, as God gave me that one, syempre, hindi naman natin nakakala na ako yung mananalo. So, talagang nagulat kasi first time kong makasali ng ganon. So, talagang pinorso na namin yung pagsasali sa mga pageant. So, pagka 2019, so push pa rin namin. So, ayun, yung Sinulog Festival, and then last February, I think 2021, sumali din ako sa Miss PC Cabancalan, and actually, I won again, but the rest of my pageant na hindi naman karamihan, pero I won as a runner-up. So, hanggang ngayon, yung motivation, yung nag-motivate sa akin is yung makeup artist ko. So, hanggang ngayon, siya pa rin yung makeup artist ko. Especially may family din.
Diba? Ang ganda lang kasi sa totoo lang nakakatuwa kasi kung sino yung nagka-discover sa inyo or naging handler ninyo, kasama niyo sila sa journey ninyo sa whatever happened, 'di ba? kasama nyo talaga sa journey
Yeah.
yung mga, ano nga ba to, yung mga handlers ninyo. And also, gusto ko lang i-shout out si Jimson from Silay City. Ayan, nanonood siya. Hi, Jimson. Ayun. And also ito, I know, Mars, that you joined beauty pageant not only to represent yourself. One factor is to represent the tourism of your city or municipality or your province that you are representing. Ito, medyo magbigay ako sa inyo ng medyo challenging part na if ever kayo yung magiging tour guide ko, pupunta ako ng Kabangkalan, pupunta ako ng Baguio City, or pupunta ako sa medyo malapit dito sa akin, sa Makati City. Magiging tour guide ko kayo. Bibigyan ko kayo ng isang whole day of itinerary saan nyo ako itutour sa city ninyo and also introduce me to your city. Mag-start muna tayo sa medyo malapit sa akin sa Makati City. Mars Beatriz.
Ayun, Mars, if I were to be your tour guide for a day dito sa Makati, itutour kita sa Ayala Museum. Ayun ang una nating pupuntahan. Aside from sa Ayala Museum kasi, doon ko ipapakita sa'yo yung kung ano ba, kung saan nagsimula yung Makati and yung mga historical events na nangyari sa Makati as well. Also, gusto rin kitang i-tour sa Ayala Triangle. May mga magagandang buildings doon. And also, pinakalas yung museo sa Makati na nandoon yung historical na pangyayari sa poblasyon and all. Maraming magagandang lugar din talaga sa Makati. Hindi lang siya business financial capital. May mga story ang bawat lugar sa Makati kung bibisita ka. Ayun.
Very true. And also, ano nga ba to? Parang ina-anticipate parati ng mga tao here in Metro Manila ang Makati every December because of the parang
pamaskong handog.
Lighting. Yes, ganon.
Yeah,
so
yung lighting pa, yeah.
Very true. Maraming salamat, Mars, Beatriz. And also, syempre, diretso tayo. Parang hindi kumpleto ang taon ko kung hindi ako nakakaakyat ng Baguio. So alam ko na talaga ang Baguio City. Pero Mars din, if ever sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, ikaw yung magiging tour guide nila sa mga first time pa pumunta ng Baguio City, saan mo sila ito-tour, Mars?
Okay, kailangan pa ba kitang i-tour, Mars? Baka mas alam mo pa yung Baguio sa akin. Anyways, Baguio actually has been awarded as the UNESCO's Creative City last 2018 or 2019. So I would definitely bring you to the areas or places that would introduce you to how culturally responsive Baguio is. But first, I would definitely bring you to Good Taste. Dapat may laman muna ang tiyan. Nakakain ka na ba sa Good Taste? So yon, veggies and ang marami talaga yung servings nila, Mars. Magugustuhan mo talaga doon kasi we're going to have a long day, so dapat busog tayo. After that, we're going to go sa Tamawan Village naman because of there we can see how the arts and crafts of Baguio City are made. There are also local shops there that sell wood carvings, weaving, locally made fabrics that are made here in the Cordillera. After that, Mars, katabi lang kasi nun is the Farmer's Daughter, which offers original food of the Cordillera. Like, for example, pinikpikan. Na-try mo na ba? Yun.
Yes.
Actually, puro pagkain, no? Introduce ko sa'yo. Because Baguio is really known with its delicious food then. After that, we would go to the Bencab Museum. If you know Bencab Museum, we have paintings there, also wood carvings, the craftsmanship of the Cordillera people, how responsive talaga and very proud of their culture. Especially yung pag makita mo yung mga Igorots na when they perform, their locally local na mga sayaw, ganon, you'll really enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it, Mars. After nun, siguro maglalaylo tayo sa Burnham. You know, Burnham. Mag-rest lang tayo dun for a while because there are actually cafes there that na nag-start nung pandemic. Like for example, yung Le Bloom. Yung mga drinks doon, super masasarap. Strawberry drinks, tapos yung mga donuts nila, na talagang yung ingredients is locally, from local talaga. So, habang naglalakad-lakad tayo doon, kung kakain din tayo doon sa Rose Garden, merong part kasi area doon na puro roses lang siya and it's very beautiful there. You're really gonna appreciate the Baguio weather and the view and the ambience of Baguio. Tapos, Baguio and then also para lang makita mo yung view of how beautiful Baguio is, sa Diplomat Hotel kasi maganda din doon, makikita mo talaga the whole of Baguio. And also Diplomat Hotel is actually the inspiration of my Filipiniana. So, kwentuhan tayo doon. Pag andun tayo, doon kami nag-shoot. Tapos after nun, nagabi ang dami. Alam mo na ata yung mga places na to. Anyway, sa Wright Park and then sa Mines View then after. Yun.
Wow.
Yes, actually, sa totoo lang, kapag nagbabagyo kami, di ba mga madaling araw, diretso agad kami sa Good Taste. Kasi 24 hours siyang open. Actually,
So tama ko, unang-una Good Taste.
Good Taste, actually. Mars Beatrice and Mars Angel, tara na sa Baguio. Kung pwede lang,
Tayo
no?
na.
Kung pwede lang, no?
Oo.
Super, kung pwede lang. Maraming salamat, Mars Dean, sa pag-introduce sa amin ng Baguio City. And also, huwag kaligtaan, kapag pupunta ka ng Baguio, ang strawberry taho. Ganon.
Mashrap.
Diba? Masarap. And syempre, diretso tayo. Ito, familiar din ako kasi I'm from Negros Occidental. So, let's see kung ano ang ma-offer ng mga Kabangkalanon. From Kabangkalan City, Mars Angel.
Yan. So, kung itutour ko kayo sa Cabancalan, syempre, dapat mauna tayo sa Cathedral ng Cabancalan City. Syempre, kailangan natin mag-pray, di ba, para safe trip. Tapos, sunod niyan, punta tayo sa Mag-Aso Falls, wherein one of the famous spot in Cabancalan City. So, Mag-Aso Falls has a blue water and fresh air. So, pagkatapos natin dyan, kunting kain lang tayo doon. Syempre, di ba? Huwag kapag gala, kunting-kunting kain lang. So, next naman is, pupuntahan natin yung magandang environment ng Cabancalan, ay yung Balik-Aw-Aw. Syempre, makikita mo lahat yung mga green, talagang malalanghap mo talaga yung sariwang hangin na doon. Talagang comfortable ka, stress-free ka. So, ayun. Tapos, pagkatapos niyan, travel naman tayo papunta ng City Hall. Kung saan makikita mo talaga yung kalakihan ng City Hall na parang palace. Siyempre, both sides talagang may hagdan na pataas. Tapos yung sa gitna ng City Hall may malaking ilaw na ganoon, 'di ba? Pangarap ng bawat tao na magkaroon ng bahay na ganun. Pero sa amin, City Hall pa lang, talo na. So, ang Cabancalan City din ay mayroong mga festivals like Sinulog. Kaso every January, pero dumating yung COVID, so na-stop siya. So, meron din kaming mga Mardi Gras, kung saan makikita mo yung iba't ibang costumes, iba't ibang pag-promote ng mga dances, iba't ibang style. Yun dito yung Cabancalan City. Tsaka marami din ditong yung mga, kung mahilig kayo sa kape, syempre kahit sa kalye merong mga coffee shop dito. Yun.
Thank you. Nakakamiss, actually. Nakakamiss. Alam niyo ni Mars Dean, kasi from Negros Island. So, nakakamiss talagang umuwi din. And also, syempre, if ever na may chance, kailangan natin talagang i-tour si Mars Beatrice kasi alam ko na
Parang
sabik
gusto
na
ko
sabik na siya. Di ba? Sabik na sabik na
Base
siya.
pa lang sa kwento nyo. Gusto ko
Di
nang
ba,
i-try.
Mars? Di ba? Super. Super. And also, ito yung pinaka-favorite kong part in our kwentuhan kasi I know for sure that one of the reasons why you joined the beauty pageant is the platform that the pageant or the organization that gives you, because this is not just a provincial or city, this is a nationwide pageant. And also, ang mangyayari kasi dito, Mars, binibigyan kayo ng platform ng organization to champion your causes. Mars, would it be okay now if you could share to us your advocacy and at the same time, the backstory of your advocacy, why you joined Magandang Filipinas. Mars Dean, mag-start tayo sa'yo. The floor is yours, Mars. Would it be okay if you could educate us, share us your advocacy?
Yes, it's my pleasure to share with you my advocacy, Mars, and also to our dear viewers. You know what? I'm very lucky to be exposed in an environment where my advocacy has actually stemmed from. As you know, I am a nurse in profession, and my advocacy is health for all. I have lived a life when I was still a kid na very poor, and we weren't able to afford any form of healthcare. I remember my grandmother would cry because of headaches, because of body pains, but we couldn't go to a hospital to avail health services because we do not have the enough money to be able to afford the health services that we would want to avail. And that really carved into my heart. That's the reason why I became a nurse in the first place. And when I became a nurse, I was immersed into the community. I was able to live with the people, especially in the far-flung areas. And one thing that I have observed about them is that they are actually scared to go to the health units to go and avail health services because they might get discriminated for having no money to pay. They do not have any money to be able to pay for the health services that they need. And it's very sad because health is a basic human right and health should be accessible, available, um, available to all. It shouldn't be expensive. It shouldn't be something that is a luxury. It should be natural to be given to people. And I advocate for that, Mars. And there are actually a lot of experiences that I had in the past, especially last year, 2020, when I got COVID-19. In my work at the emergency room in Quezon City, actually. I stayed there for a couple of months, I think about 6 months. And while working in the emergency room, I was exposed to COVID. And I realized how fragile the healthcare community is, how exposed we are, but still the healthcare community persists and we're able to still hold the front line and to be able to fight the war for the Filipino people. And right now, Mars, I am still fighting with them. I am still on the front line. I am still working as a nurse while being a beauty queen at the same time because I believe that the very population that needs the most representation during this time is the healthcare community and the sick people, and I stand for them, Mars.
Saludo. Super.
Grabe.
Saludo. Maraming salamat. On behalf siguro of the Filipino people, most especially on behalf of Mars Beatrice and Mars Angel, Mars Dean, maraming salamat because you are one of our heroes din in this time of
Yes.
pandemic. And we need you sa totoo lang. Ito yung kaganda, actually mga Mars, ito yung kagandahan ng kwentuhan. Kasi I know that virtually, pero kapag magkita-kita kayo, you have connections ng tatlo because
Yes.
of the kwentuhan. Kasi nakilala nyo yung isa't isa because of this one, di ba? Mars Dean, maraming salamat. And also siguro sa mga nanonood, sa ating viewers, if ever that you, ano nga ba to, that you in doubt with regards to vaccine, ano yung masasabi mo, Mars Dean, or message mo sa mga taong in doubt with regards to getting a vaccine or being vaccinated in this time of pandemic?
Mhm. You know what, Mars? That is actually a fragile issue talaga. Kasi people have free will. So they do have a choice whether to get vaccinated or not. But one thing that I could say to them is that we have been living with this virus for more than a year already. I think 1 year and a half already. And um, I can visualize a future with no mask and no face shield. If you cannot visualize that, then I dreamt. I have always I have this vision of a future na wala na tayong face mask, face shield, that we're able to hug each other once again. And I would encourage everyone to get vaccinated while you can, because we really need at least 70% of the population to get vaccinated in order to attain herd immunity. And we cannot attain that if attain that individually, we could attain that collectively as a whole talaga, as a whole nation. So we need each other's help. We have to stand united talaga in order to attain a free world again with no mask and no face shield.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mars. And at the same time, ako no, ano nga ba kahapon, I am vaccinated. I belong to a A3 because I am a diabetic person. So, yung binaksin sa akin kahapon is Johnson and Johnson. So, yung isang ano lang siya,
Ay,
isang shot lang siya, isang dose lang siya. So, in doubt before, pero nagpalakas ng loob sa akin is ito yung pinaka-importante. Ask. As long as nagtatanong ka sa mga professional, much better kasi they know kung ano yung much better na vaccine sa'yo. Parang ganun lang. Because I am a medical representative by profession. So, lahat ng mga doktor na mga kakilala ko talaga, tinatanong ko. Kasi syempre, yun nga, it is a choice. Sa totoo lang, it is a choice. But it's a social responsibility natin to be
That's true.
vaccinated, di ba? To be vaccinated. So, Mars Dean, maraming salamat. Ang ganda ng advocacy, no?
Thank you,
Ang ganda ng
Mars.
advocacy.
Thank you.
And ito, masasabi natin na age doesn't matter when it comes to advocacy because if you do have a heart, you need to voice out. And also, ano siya brand ambassador na siya. Medyo malaki or malawak na yung social media wise, malawak na yung matatouch ng candidate na to. Let's give way to our Miss Makati na si Mars Beatriz. I'm excited for her advocacy. Mars Beatriz, the floor is yours, Mars. Educate us with your advocacy.
Okay. Mars, ayan. So, yung advocacy ko is about women of color. Yes, like me, women of color. Kasi I know what is the feeling being discriminated, yung racist, and being bullied. I know the feeling of that. So, I wanted to be the voice of every youth na nakaka-experience noon na gusto kong iparating sa kanila na hindi sila iba. Yung physical appearance, hindi iba. Hindi yun yung magiging hindrance para maging different sila sa karamihan. But then again, because this is a national pageant, I wanted to apply the indigenous people here in our country. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, lalo na nagkaroon tayo ng pandemic, all of us are busy on our social media, on our gadgets, and yung tourism industry natin dito sa Philippines is talagang bumaba because of the pandemic, di ba? So for me, I wanted also to be the voice of them na i-promote, i-showcase yung beauty ng culture ng mga indigenous people natin dito sa ating bansa. Specifically, yung mga Aita. Yung kung anong beauty ng culture na meron sila. Kasi, let's be honest, kapag nakita natin yung mga Aita at typical youth, kapag wala silang proper knowledge about that, pagtatawanan nila lalaitin nila and all, di ba? To be honest, let's face the reality. Ganun talaga. But then again, because I am here, I wanted to showcase their beauty, to educate the people, especially the youth, about their culture. Gusto kong gamitin tong platform na to para ma-showcase sa buong Pilipinas yung kagandahan ng ating indigenous people, specifically nga yung Aita community. Ayun, gusto kong i-share yung beauty na kahit ganito yung physical appearance namin, kahit ganito ang kulay namin, hindi ito yung hindrance para maiba kami sa kung ano yung nakikitang beauty ng society. Ayun.
Sa totoo lang, sobra. Ang gaganda, sa totoo lang, ang gaganda ng advocacy ninyo. And I know for sure, like for example, si Mars Dean, yung advocacy niya is close to her heart because syempre, napagdaanan niya, and at the same time, yun yung profession niya. And si Mars Beatriz naman, syempre, ito yung pinafight niya kasi napagdaanan niya eh. Ito yung naging reason niya to champion these causes. And ito, general question, even Mars Angel and Mars Dean, parang lahat tayo naka-feel ng discrimination or bullied. Paano nyo na-handle? Mars Dean, ikaw, mag-start tayo sa'yo. Paano mo na-handle yung mga bashing or discrimination sa'yo prior to being you right now?
You know what, Mars? there are really a lot of bashers along the way. If you're trying, it means that if you're trying, somebody can judge you, especially if you're a public figure, that you put yourself out there, you give them the right to comment, give them the right to judge you in a way, but you don't let them have the power to have control over you or to manipulate you. I just don't mind them at all, Mars, because I believe that they're always gonna be there no matter what you do, no matter what you say. But if you let those negative things that they say about you motivate you to be better, motivate you to even go higher than expected, then that's better. That's a better way of responding to them than to let them affect you negatively. Yun, Mars.
Thank you. Thank you. And before ako pumunta muna kay Mars Angel, kay Mars Beatrice, Mars Angel, itong question ko din sa'yo. In the process of being in a public figure, kasi syempre, if you join beauty pageant, even do barangayan yan, nagiging ano kayo, nagiging public figure kayo, nagiging, ano nga ba kayo, nagiging tampulan kayo if ever na may mga masasakit na mga salita. Paano mo na-handle ito?
Actually, hindi naman natin mapipilit yung lahat ng tao na susuportahan tayo, di ba? May marinig ka talaga naman negativity na words, yung talagang makakasakit sa'yo. Kasi meron talagang tao na hindi naniniwala sa kakayahan mo. Pero kaya ko siyang i-handle kasi like what Dean said na hindi mo dapat pansinin, tapos you need to focus on your happiness, you need to focus on your goals. Syempre, you need to set as motivation na kailangan mo ipakita sa kanila na hindi ka nila mai-pull down, hindi ka nila malalagay sa ilalim. So, kailangan mo maging strong para maangat yung sarili mo sa negativity. So, you need to focus on positivity na alam mo, yan yung makakatulong sa iyo at sa iyong pamilya, lalo na sa ibang mga inspired candidates na gusto nilang kayanin yung mga negativity na naririnig o nararanasan nila.
Ayun, thank you. And for Mars Beatrice, ito Mars, kasi syempre, medyo harsh ang world of pageantry prior to yung mga sunod-sunod na nanalo na women with color. Paano mo na-handle yung mga ganito nung nagjo-join ka ng pageant? Hindi mo maiaalis that ganito yung paningin nila or what? How paano mo na-cope siya? Or paano mo siya na-divert into your strength?
Ayan. Actually, Mars, before talaga, to be honest, I use whitening lotion. I even rebonded my hair para masabi ko lang na in ako sa society. Like, hindi na nila ako ibuli, hindi na nila ako matignan na iba. But then again, when I joined pageantry, I started to embrace myself kasi talagang may mga tao na magpapakita sa'yo na kung ano yung nakikita nila. And then with that, nung sumali ako sa pageantry, I started to love myself, I started to embrace my flaws, and then I use it as a strength. Nung ginawa ko siyang strength, ayun, ina-apply ko siya sa lahat. Even sa social media, I use some quotes na pwedeng makapag-inspire sa other people. Talagang ginagamit ko siya. And then, hindi ko na alam, sa ginagawa ko pa lang to, may mga nagme-message sa akin na, Ate Beatrice, sobrang na-inspire mo ako sa ganito, ganyan. Ako, nabubuli din ako. But because of you, natuto kong mahalin yung itsura ko, natuto akong maging proud sa kung ano ako. And then, alam mo yung ang sarap sa feeling na because of me, na dati akala ko itong nakikita ko sa mirror, na kung magiging strength ko, na pwede akong mapag-inspire ng other people, na pwede in my own little way, na kaya ko silang sabihan na maganda ka, na kung ano ka, maging proud ka, maganda ka. Ayan yung ginawa sa'yo ni Lord. Then, so be it. Accept it, embrace your flaws, and continue to glow. Ayun. In addition also sa advocacy ko, which is bakit gusto ko na tumulong sa mga indigenous people is because alam naman natin na sobrang hirap ng connection sa bundok and all. Gusto ko silang lapitan to help them na since may pandemic, I wanted to help them na educate them how to use the proper face mask, how to use the face shield and all. Ayun, gusto ko silang i-help. Yeah, thank you, Mars.
Thank you so much, Mars. Thank you. Lahat naman tayo, sa totoo lang, lahat naman tayo nakaranas ng being a bull, na bully tayo in the process that we are who we are right now. Like me, ako, sobrang nabully talaga ako. So, parang
Yeah.
ginawa ko na lang is parang yung sitwasyon na yon, umalis na lang ako sa group na yon kasi medyo may thin line kung there's a thin line between stop or go. So ako stinap ko na talaga yung communication namin nung sa group na yun. So yun, kasi sobrang nabully talaga ako. Akala lang nila tawanan lang, pero psychologically sobrang iba yung impact Akala mo lang parang
yes.
ano nga ba to, parang
Exactly.
ano nga ba to sa Tagalog yung yung parang kutsa-kutsa lang, akala nila masaya lang, pero deep
Yes.
inside sobrang nahihirapan ka kasi every time na makikita ka, ganun at ganun na lang yung sinasabi sa'yo. Parang kung minsan
Tama.
maka-question mo din yung sarili mo na ganito ba ako talaga? Kasi ganito yung nakikita nila. So, ang laki ng impact. Sa totoo lang, ang laki ng impact sa mga tao kapag ganun.
Yes.
So, maraming salamat, Mars Beatriz.
Thank
And
you.
also, medyo emotional ako kasi parang ang laki din ng impact sa akin ng bullying. Sobra. Kasi nabully din ako Sobra.
Saka Mars, if
Mar-
you are
Go,
sorry,
Mars.
if you are in a group that doesn't contribute to your growth, you can leave anytime. Kasi walang mawawala. So there's a thin line between bullying and joking
Yeah.
Diba?
Tama.
If those jokes na hurt you in a way that gives you a negative view of yourself, of the world, and leave. You can leave anytime.
Kasi parang yung sinasabi siguro nila na parang yun yung way nila of lambing, pero sa'yo parang hindi parang ganon.
Yes.
So,
Iba-iba
yun,
din kasi tayo ng level of ng sensitivity. Yeah.
Totoo.
Actually, and also, dapat malaman din kung minsan natin, if ever that we are in a group kasi hindi natin maiiwasan sa barkada, may mga bullying talaga na, yun yung parang cause ng tawanan ng natin. Pero dapat maging maging sensitive ka if that person may pinagdadaanan or wala, 'di ba? Kasi yun nga sinabi ni Mars din, there's a thin line between bullying and joking lang. Kapag sayahan, sige, joking lang 'yon. Pero kapag medyo seryoso na at ipapasok mo yung ganun, medyo may sakit na, 'di ba? 'Yon. Maraming salamat. And ito, excited din ako sa kanyang advocacy. Mars Angel, would it be okay if you could share to us your advocacy?
Yes. Okay. My advocacy is all about women empowerment through education, but it focuses on teenage pregnancies. Because I know that number one problem in our Philippines, in our country, that teenage pregnancy is the cause of everything problem. And I want to advocate, to educate, and to give them motivation just to pursue their education, because being early mom is not easy. So we need to give some important thing when it comes to education to help our families to be more resourceful or to be more creative as a teenage, di ba? Kasi mahirap talaga kapag naging batang nanay na dalaga na walang ama, kasi ngayon nakikita natin, di ba, na na yung mga bata, yung mga 13, 14, 15 na engage na sa tinatawag nating sexual intercourse. So diyan na yun nagsisimula yung teenage pregnancy natin. Tsaka sa hirap ng buhay ngayon, kailangan talaga natin mag-focus sa career na gusto natin, sa education, talagang focus din tayo sa family natin. Kaya yun dapat yung gagawin natin. Kaya sa lahat ng mga kabataan diyan, gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo na bigyan yung halaga yung edukasyon. Kasi yung edukasyon talaga yung makakatulong sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa, pag-unlad ng ating buhay, at saka I have experienced that in my friends and also in my family na early pa talaga sila nanganak, pero binalik talaga nila yung halaga ng edukasyon sa ating komunidad, sa ating pamilya. Kasi alam natin na yung edukasyon talaga yung number one na makakatulong sa atin. Yun.
Thank you so much, Mars, Angel. And also question lang din, kasi medyo tabu siya kapag tinatanong, would it be okay now if we could parang insert sex education in elementary or in high school? What is your thoughts about this?
Yes, actually, oo. Pwede na siyang i-insert sa mga elementary na yung sexual education para malaman nila yung, kung ano yung limit, para alamin nila yung ano yung mali at hindi dapat gawin. Kasi kapag bata pa, marami na silang nakikita sa gawa-gawa ng internet, lalo na sa YouTube. Marami talagang bata na nalulung sa mga YouTube ngayon. So, diyan nila natututunan kung paano gawin yung isang bagay na alam nilang mali. So, kailangan tayo mismo yung mag-educate sa kanila kung paano natin sila tulungan, paano natin sila i-build up as a good one and a future educator somehow.
Correct. Sa totoo lang, ang ganda ng ang ganda ng topic natin ngayon sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Different advocacy with very essential in this time of us sa generation na to. Kasi teenage pregnancy right now is rising, and correct me if I'm wrong, Philippines is second or third in Asia with teenage pregnancy, na sabihin natin medyo taboo sa mga iba na pag-usapan siya, pero we need to address this. We need to talk about this issue because it's an issue with our, hindi, it's a ripple effect. If ever na mabuntis yung nanay, syempre future generation siya. So paano niya mapalalago yung ekonomiya natin if ever na bata pa lang siya, naging batang ina na siya. So makakat yung education niya. 'Di ba? High school, hanggang high school lang or what, 'di ba? So anong thoughts niyo dito, Mars, Beatrice?
For me, okay sa akin yung sex education sa elementary. I totally agree with it. Kasi it's knowledge naman eh. It will give knowledge sa mga kabataan na hindi nila pagtatawanan yung mga private parts of the human body. Yung meron silang proper knowledge para alam nila na kapag nasa ganitong edad sila at nasa ganitong sitwasyon na sila, if ever, alam nila yung gagawin. Alam nila kung anong mangyayari, ano yung magiging result kung gagawin nila yung mga bagay na alam naman dapat na hindi pa dapat gawin. Ayun. Proper knowledge na talaga.
Very true. And also, sabi ni Nikki Villabas UD, sabi niya, teacher here, it is somehow taboo, but if people is more open-minded enough, they would understand. Actually, di ba? Actually. And sa Mars din, if ever, ano ba yung dapat maging proper na approach para sa iyo when teaching a child with regards to sex education?
Okay. So, information is actually very accessible, no, sa social media, sa internet ngayon. And instead na mabasa ng isang bata yung information sa wrong sources, mas better na sa school nila malaman sa teachers who are well-trained to address and to educate the kids about this. So maybe the approach would be the normal way of teaching, like it's a normal subject. Kasi if dapat we should give importance to it as much importance na binibigay natin sa ibang subjects. We treat it as a normal subject lang, and then we provide them information that is simplified, that they can understand. Kasi kids are curious. Kids would want to try anything nowadays, especially at a very young age. So if we give them the opportunity to access information that are simplified for them, they could make better decisions for themselves, and that is very important to be able to move forward in the educational system that we have today.
Thank you. Iba-ibang perspective, which is sobrang ganda. Sobrang ganda ng topic namin ngayon. Thank you so much, girls. Different advocacy with sobrang ganda. And before we end our live, syempre, I do have a blue box here. So, mag-Q&A muna tayo. Mag-Q&A muna tayo. Okay, so ito yung mangyayari. Magpipick ako ng question here, and then after that, you will answer. There's no such thing as a right or wrong answer when it comes to Q&A because tinatanong lang naman is your opinion, not facts, okay? Your opinion with regards to the question. You can answer in Tagalog, Taglish, or English. Again, no such thing as a right or wrong answer. Kung ano lang yung thoughts ninyo or kung ano lang yung masasabi ninyo sa topic na makukuha ko. So mag-start tayo kay Baguio City, kay Mars Dean. So, ang question ko is, I will ask question twice. Okay? Alright.
Mhm.
Oh! Ang ganda ng question. Is social media bringing people together or causing separation? Again, is social media bringing people together or causing separation?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Mars. Social media is actually a way of people to be able to contribute to the society somehow because they share their thoughts, they share their opinions. But I know that social media also has a negative effect when used negatively, when you use it to bash people, when you use it to bully people, but I definitely think that it does more good than harm. Kasi somehow, social media really brings people together, especially with the causes that we can advocate for in the social media. We can reach a wider audience with our advocacies through social media. And I think that's one of the most important things that the social media can offer to us.
Yay! Thank you! Thank you! Diretso tayo sa Kabangkalan. Sa Kabangkalan muna tayo. Magpunta tayo kay Mars Angel. Ayan, Mars Angel. My question to you is, wow, very timely din. What would you say is the biggest problem facing our educational system today and why? Again, what would you say is the biggest problem facing our educational system today and why?
For me, the biggest problem of the education system today, especially we are in the pandemic, is that it's all about my advocacy. It's all about teenage pregnancy. Because we can see in this community that all of the teenage that they are engaging in sexual intercourse, like what I've said earlier in my advocacy. So I think that is the number one reason of the educational system that bring us to be in a way that they can hold they cannot hold something, like they cannot control their own emotions or their own when it comes in the relationship. So I think that is the number one problem in education system is the teenage pregnancy.
Ayun. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mars. And last, si Mars Beatrice. Alright. So, yung question mo is, ito, I will ask you twice. Okay? Ay, ang ganda. If you're given 30 seconds to deliver a message to a global terrorist, what would you say? Again, if you're given a chance to give 30 seconds to deliver a message to the global terrorist, what would you say?
If I were given a 30 seconds only to talk to the global terrorists, I wanted to tell them to stop. Let's have a conversation, a peace conversation, so that there will be no war at all. That our children will have a happy place, a safe place as well. And also, I wanted to tell them that war is not the result or the key to have that to have this thing or this country or anything like that. Hindi yun yung sagot, ang gulo, hindi sagot, kundi kapayapaan. Kailangan ng maganda at maayos na pag-uusap para matigil ang kaguluhan. Yun ang sasabihin ko sa kanila.
Ayun. Thank you so much. And before we end our kwentuhan, mga Mars, maraming salamat kasi, oh my God, mag-iisang oras na tayo nagchichikahan. Diba? Ang saya. Maraming salamat. And before we end, would it be okay, Mars, saan kayo nila mapapollow sa social medias ninyo? And also, what is your message to your supporters, to your friends, and most especially, sa glam team ninyo na yun yung naging backbone talaga ng journey ninyo towards Magandang Filipinas. Mars Angel, mag-start tayo sa Kabangkalan.
Ayan, sa lahat ng viewers dyan, you can follow me on my Facebook, but I use my screen name only. That is Chandria Gel Martizano. So, as you can see, medyo mahirap, no? Chandria Gel Martizanos. And also, I have an Instagram. You can follow me, angel.lazarito. Again, angel.lazarito. So, also, I have a TikTok. So, you can follow me on Baby Gel line and 13 baby gel underscore 13, so that are my social media names. So ayun, so encourage ko din lahat ng aking mga supporters na support us sa aming journey sa Magandang Filipinas na kauna-unahang national pageant na lumabas, or inaugural pageant, is Magandang Filipinas. So let's support all the candidates, but Cabancalan City, please support, and you can search Magandang Filipinas official on the Instagram and find number 17 and top the heart. Ayun. So sa lahat ng mga tao na tumulong sa akin, yung mga glam team ko, maraming salamat. Saka sa mga friends, mga family, ayan. Patuloy sa pagsuporta hanggang makuha natin yung tagumpay. Laban lang.
Ayan, thank you so much, Mars Angel. Ayan. And also, Mars Beatrice, saan ka nila mapafollow sa social medias mo at mga upcoming events pa ni Magandang Pilipinas. And also, syempre, yung pinaka-importante, message mo sa supporters, sa friends mo, and also sa glam team mo.
Ayan, so first of all, syempre, I would like to thank Mars for this opportunity na magkwentuhan tayo about our selves and about our advocacies. Ayon, so I would like to thank my glam team, si Miss Gwen Delara, for having my makeup ngayong gabi. Also, kina Mami Earthy Fernandez for helping me sa Filipiniana ko and all, tsaka kay Sir Limuel, sa videographer ko. Ayan, maraming salamat. Also, sa friends ko and sa family ko, maraming salamat. Since day one, nandyan kayo sa tabi ko. Maraming salamat. Also, sa fans ko, magandang gabi sa inyo at maraming salamat sa suporta. Walang sawang suporta na binibigay nyo para sa akin. Ayan, sa mga social media accounts ko naman, follow nyo ako. Sa Instagram, it's @_Beatrice Santos. And sa TikTok is @Beatrice Santos. And sa Facebook is Beatrice Santos din. Ayun, maraming salamat and marami pang journey dito sa Magandang Pilipinas. Ayun, sa mga co-candidates ko, good luck sa atin. Ayun. Magandang gabi.
Thank you so much, Mars Beatrice. And last but definitely not the least, representing the summer capital of the Philippines, Baguio City,
Baguio.
Mars Dean.
Okay, so Mars, my heart is really grateful. I am not where I am today without my supporters, especially my glam team. They are really the backbone of all the growth that I have during these times. And basta, super grateful lang ako sa kanila kasi they are really hands-on. I'm very fortunate to have a team like them na who are not asking for anything in return. They are just there to support me and to build my confidence and my self-esteem, especially in this pageant, especially that this is my first pageant ever. So I just want to shout out din sa kanila. Kuya Miko, Kuya JV, Jael, Ate Riza, Ate Dayan, Reyes Studio, Sir Bryce, Sir Leslie, and sa marami pang iba ng mga designers, Sir King, Sir Rian, Sir Enchong, lahat sila super madadaming kamay and mind ang nagtulong-tulong talaga sa journey ko dito sa Magandang Filipinas, and I'm really excited for all the supporters to see and watch what we have to show you guys sa pageant week namin and sa coronation night. It's going to be really exciting, and I hope you are all excited to witness yung mga beautiful and quality girls ng Magandang Filipinas. So my social media accounts are sa Instagram, it's Deandi, DEAAANDI__. On my Facebook page, Dindayan Balogal, and my personal account is Dindayan Balogal Lucas. Actually, on my page, that's where I'm posting my series of Magandang Kalusugan, where I am interviewing healthcare personalities that can really introduce you to the world of health and can really provide you education about our healthcare system. So it's going to be really informative, and I hope you guys can watch it. It's every Sunday at 6 p.m. So there are already 4 episodes that are out, you can check them out on my page. And once again, Mars, I am really grateful for you kasi grabe, very supportive ka talaga sa aming mga girls. And this opportunity really means a lot na inintroduce mo kami sa public. Especially, you have a really wide viewers din and supporters. Thank you so much, Mars. And thank you, girls. It was nice meeting you all.
Ayun, maraming salamat. And sa lahat po, don't forget to follow my official social media, which is Mars Friends po, sa Facebook at sa Instagram. If you are into pageantry, one of the reliable source siguro is Mars Friends. Ayun. And also, maraming salamat sa 16,000 subscribers ko sa YouTube. We are growing.
Hey, congratulations!
Salamat.
Yeah.
Ayun. And at the same time, sa lahat po, sinasabi ko, if ever na wala naman po kayong gagawin in this time of pandemic, please, stay at home. If ever nalalabas po, doble ingat, face shield, face mask, and at the same time, social distancing and wash our hands or disinfect. Maraming salamat. If ever that you are in doubt with regards to vaccination, please do ask for your medical practitioner or kung sino man yung mga may alam with regards to vaccine, because we need a happier Christmas hopefully this year, di ba?
Yes.
And
We're
also, girls,
praying.
on behalf of me, Mars France, and at the same time, syempre sa ating director na si Mars Katrina, maraming salamat. Hopefully, nag-enjoy kayo, ha? Nag-enjoy kayo.
Oh, sobra. Mm-mm.
Ayun. And hopefully, I will see you all soon
Nag-enjoy
sa
ako.
coronation night ninyo.
Yes, oo. Inabangan ko na tong dalawa eh.
Ayun. Thank you so much mga Mars na nanonood sa atin, and have a great week. Bye!
Bye!
Bye, everyone.